Hi there, Professor Monty, and we're talking about compound interest. Now, what compound interest is, it's interest that we get not only on the amount that we deposit, but also on any amount of interest we've already earned. Okay, so the formula for it looks like this. It's a little more complicated formula. I'll do another video that I'll link at the end of this video, where I'll do a couple examples. One where we solve for A, one where we solve for P. Okay, so here's our formula. It's A equals P times 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. And here's what all these things represent. So A is the amount that we're going to end with at the end of whatever the time period is. P is the principal, or the amount we start with. Well, that's just the number 1. So that's a 1 plus R is the rate of interest. We change it to a decimal for our calculations. N is the number of compoundings per year, and it shows up in 2 different places. And T is the time in years. Now, time doesn't have to be in years, but if rate is in years, time will be in years. If rate's in months, time will be in months. We're just going to do years to make it simple. So both the rate will be the yearly compounded interest rate, and T will be the number of years. Okay, compounding's N. N is the number of times we compound the interest, meaning the number of times they calculate the interest, put that into our account, and then the next time we get interest, we have more money in our account to get interest on. That's the principal that's going in, that's gaining more interest. So I've got some different compoundings here. If they say it's compounded annually, that just means once a year they calculate the interest. At the end of the year, they add the interest. So the next year we start with a little bit higher balance than we did at the beginning of the year. If they compound semi-annually, that means they do it twice a year. And so at the end of every 6 months, they'll compound, put interest in, and then compound again. We're going to get more interest because they compounded more often. There's more time to have some interest in there. Quarterly's 4 times a year, monthly's 12 times a year, and daily's 365 times a year. Now, sometimes they'll talk about a banker's year, which is 360 days, but they would have to specifically say that. Otherwise, if they say daily, just go on the 365 days. Okay, so that's our formula. Again, look at the link. That will show you a link to click on just to get some more examples. And I'll actually work some of these problems out for you using the formula.